Hi everyone, I'm Brenda Quintana, and I'm excited to share some additional ideas with the February 2022 Safari Celebration Paper Pumpkin Kit. I'm going to share how you can combine the content of your kit with a few additional supplies to create 3 cards, 3 note cards, and a set of party favor bags. This video is for everyone, but my subscribers are also going to get a project sheet which will go out in an email to them. Also, my subscribers will get a paper pumpkin night with me on Zoom each month, and that is always the second Wednesday of the month. If you would like to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin with me, I have a link for that. If you type that in, I will also have that link down in the description of the video down below so you can click on it directly. And that will take you over to the Paper Pumpkin website. I'm told that sometimes the list of demonstrators comes up at the end, and I'm not in that, but you can go ahead and select me. I'm Brenda Quintana, and I live in Auburndale, Massachusetts. There will be a new paper pumpkin in March, and I will share information about that at the end of the video. The sign up is always the 10th of the month. For the March paper pumpkin, the deadline is March 10th. And so I will go ahead and share my alternate samples for this month. And let me just switch over to my other camera. Okay, and here is the project sheet that my subscribers are going to be getting, and they can follow along with this video. And I'm going to share my tips as I go around, tips and tricks. And but this is great if you want to follow along if you're one of my subscribers. Okay, let me share the cards and projects really quickly. So this time I decided that probably some of you would like to create cards that didn't have the little animals on them. The animals are really cute and you can pop them on there. Here is the actual kit box, and I don't know if I can pry out the instructions. They are somewhere in here. The original designs have they're right at the very, very bottom. And I've got my cardboard stuck down in there. Okay, let me just pry this up. Okay. All right. So the original designs call for using the little animals in the cards, and those are super cute. And if you have people that would appreciate those, that is absolutely great. But if you want to just take the animals out and add another element, like I use the medium daisy punch, and that just gives it a different kind of look. And now you've got a more adult card if you want to send some to some of your adult friends that maybe won't appreciate the little animals. But I'm sure some of even our adult friends will appreciate the little animals. Then I wanted to create something that didn't use any of the consumable supplies of the kit, because sometimes when we're done we want another idea of how to use the kit. So the note cards and envelopes are great for that. They come in a package of 20, and if you just pick a package of this up, they're very inexpensive. They're under $10, and you get 20 card bases and 20 envelopes. Then you can stamp something like this using the medium daisy punch and the leaf stamp and some of the greetings that come with the kit, and you can create some really cute note cards, and note cards can be mailed with US Post. Then finally, I know you're going to want to use up these little animals, or maybe not. So I thought what would be cool is to turn the envelopes in the kit into what you would call bagalopes. You take the envelope and you turn them into a cute little bag, and now they've become little party favor bags. And again, if you don't want to use the little animals, you could decorate them up with the little daisies as well, so they could be turned into that. Now, of course, if you're going to be using the envelopes for these little bags right here, then you won't have envelopes for here. So then you'll need to pick up a package of medium envelopes for your cards to go into. All right, so those are the projects, and let's start off, and I'll share some tips and tricks for the very first project. So you'll want to gather up your supplies just as if you were making one of the animal cards. So you're going to need a card base, you're going to need your vellum piece, you're going to need the leaves, and I think am I missing a leaf? Oh yes. There's a leafy, twiggy thing that I'm missing. Okay, and you're going to need one of the banners. And I have used the Bumblebee Gingham ribbon, and that does not look cut too well. Let's just trim these up right now so they look a little better. And we've got all these little pieces. And to create the card, then you're going to need a piece of colored cardstock, and I suggest either the Rich Razzleberry Bumblebee cardstock or Fresh Freesia. They all look nice with the kit, all look nice as flower colors. And a medium daisy punch or another type of flower punch will work here as well. And then for this punch, I just punch out 2 daisies, and I'll use my bone folder. I like to use it to curl the petals in one direction, and you can do the same with the other one. Someone taught me this trick, I don't know who, but it just makes putting together the flowers so much easier. So then I'm going to take some glue. I like to use Tombow, and I'm just going to place a dot in the center. And the daisies, so one is curling, so they're curling into each other. You want to kind of nest them together. So one's curling up and one's curling down. And then you just bring them together, and they're kind of like they hug their little hands together because one is going up and one is going down. And it's just so easy to put them together then because it's they kind of just like fit together like a little glove. And then to finish off this flower, I'm just going to use one of these gilded gems and just stick it in the center so I have a little sparkly flower center. So very easy way. So then I want to add a greeting onto here, and I know generally we have a lot of birthday cards. This is the Rich Razzleberry spot that comes with the kit. They are very cute, but I'm so used to using the full-size ink pads. So you can use your little Rich Razzleberry spot. And don't forget, if you want to make your spot go a little further, you can pick up a Rich Razzleberry refill, and then you can just keep refilling that little ink spot and it will go a lot further. I'm going to use my full-size ink pads, which you can also pick up. If you love any of the colors, you might want to get a full-size ink pad. So I'm going to open that up, and we're going to stamp Happy Birthday on here. Just move that out of the way. And just about there. Okay. And then we can put this out of the way for now. The best thing to do is to arrange all the pieces on your card and see how you want them to look. You can follow my pattern exactly. I think it looks pretty pleasing to the eye, so you can absolutely copy it. And I'm just kind of arranging them how I would like them on here. And this is how my pattern will look. Vellum can be a little tricky. It's really pretty because it's kind of see-through and you can see the pattern, but it's a little tricky to get adhesive on here without having it show through. So I'm going to show you how I did mine. So I've got my little greeting right here. So I'm just going to put adhesive on this part of my greeting, the part that's going to be on the piece of vellum. So I'm going to start off by doing that and just laying down my happy birthday on there. Okay. And then I'm just going to put adhesive behind my greeting because I know it won't show. So I'm going to go ahead, put adhesive here and adhesive here. Okay. So far there is no adhesive on the vellum. So we're going to remedy that in a minute. We're going to adhere this from top to bottom, side to side, centered. And when you like how that looks, put it down. So it's a little bit coming off the top, but we're going to fix that in a second. So then what I like to do is I like to adhere my daisy with a dimensional. And there are dimensionals that come with your kit, so you can use those. And then I'll just like to anchor this down here with the daisy. And again, the vellum's still a little loosey-goosey. And then we're going to add our leaf right up top here. And so I'm just going to dot adhesive on all the ends and down the center. And then we're going to add this right here. Tuck it in underneath. Maybe a little bit like this. Okay. And stick it down. So now we kind of got this vellum is being anchored over here with this leaf. So now I'm not so worried about the vellum anymore. And then we'll come around and dot some on here. And we'll just add that right here. And then we'll take this little guy. And this one's small, so I'm going to try and not put too much adhesive on here. And we'll just lift this up and tuck that in. And then finally I'm going to add this little bow I tied earlier. And I like to use Tear and Tape for this. Tombow glue does not work well for ribbon. And a dimensional, you'd have to cut it up a little bit to get it to fit behind the bow. You could use a mini glue dot, but I find you'd probably need to use more than one mini glue dot because one behind the knot does not seem to allow a bow to stick forever. So you can just add, you can lift up your flower just a little bit and add a bow down there. You don't have to necessarily add ribbon because it looks nice without the ribbon too, but that is how I would put the card together. And now it's a really beautiful birthday card and you can use it. It's a more generic type birthday card than with the party animals. All right, so that's card number 1. And in my, I'll have photos on my blog about how the other ones look in a compilation grouping. So if you want to do the other card bases with different colors of flowers, you can see how I laid those out as well. Okay, so actually here, I'll show them to you right now. So here are the other ones using the other pieces of leaves and vellum, and I'm using different colors of flowers, but you don't have to use all the different colors that I use, but they all kind of coordinate together. And I think the bumblebee ribbon looks nice on all of them. So those are how the cards turned out, but I'll also have a still photo for you on my blog. Okay, so let's do this little note card. So I mentioned the note cards in envelopes. So they come pre-cut and pre-scored, and I like to kind of stamp mine when it's flat. We can fold it afterwards. You can see you can kind of see the score line right there. Okay, so we're going to need a flower again. So let's pull out our daisy punch. This is the medium daisy punch. We have 2 daisy punches, and this is the smaller of the 2. And let's just prep another flower. Just bringing all the leaves so they curl, not leaves, petals, so they curl. Then put a little dot of Tombow in the center of one of them, and then the petals come together and they hug each other. One goes up and one goes down. And then we'll bring in a gilded gem and stick it in the center. All right, and then I have a piece of basic white cardstock, and this measures 4 1/4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And I love using the Banner's Pick a Punch. It's probably one of my most used punches. You can choose which design you want, if you want the pointy design or the banner cut design. I'm going to use the banner cut and just punch the end of that. I love this punch because you can do 3 different sizes, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and a full inch. So it's nice you have some choices in how wide. And then we're going to choose a greeting, and you can choose whatever greetings you want in the set. They're all kind of long and skinny. I'm going to use, let's use a Fantastic this time. We'll take the Rich Razzleberry ink pad again. And when we're stamping this, I want to kind of keep it towards the banner cut end. Okay. So a little bit towards this side. And then we're going to take a new ink pad. This one does not come with the kit, but if you've had past paper pumpkin kits, maybe you have a Pear Pizzazz, or if you don't, choose another green. What I want to do first, though, is lay out my banner and my daisy on the card. And then I'm going to take a pencil, and I'm just going to make myself some little guide marks. So I'll put a pencil mark here, a pencil mark here, pencil here, pencil here. This is kind of giving me an idea of how big the daisy is. I don't know if I can show you that. You can kind of see where I put the pencil marks. And then I'm going to put one kind of right underneath the word, but a little bit in. So right about there. And that's going to be another mark for where I want to put another leaf. So now I can remove these. Open up my Pear Pizzazz. And it comes with this cute little leaf stamp. I've put this on a smaller block. This is a B block. It's a little smaller, and it's just a little easier to use the stamp. So I'm going to put one up top here, one a little bit in here, and one coming down in this direction. And then I'll put a little bit on the side on this direction. Okay, so just a few leaves. It looks kind of weird right now without having the flower in there, but just in a second it will look good. And I like to use a white eraser to erase any of the visible pencil marks. I actually stamped over most of them, so they look fine. So this is what it's going to look like. And just add some glue. And this will be centered from top to bottom and side to side. Okay, and then I'll take a dimensional and pop it on the back. And then just add my little flower right there. And then we'll just fold this along the score line. If you wanted to, you could add ribbon to this card as well. The bumblebee ribbon looks nice on these cards too. So you could tie yourself a little bow and add it to the card. I kept this one very clean and simple, but it's just really cute. I really like it. So here are the other cards in different colors. Actually, I'm going to switch this one out because it's got the different greeting on it. So I used the big fat greetings, fantastic, amazing, and you did it. And it makes a very nice little note card set if you want to create a set of note cards. You can switch out all the different, make also different colors of daisies and make it really pretty. So there are the note cards. Very easy. Now for the final project, this is, this project that I did many years ago. It's probably one of the first 3D projects I was taught how to make. And I thought this would work really well for these envelopes, but I want to show you how to make it. So first of all, you're going to need one of the envelopes for the kit from the kit, and it opens up like a regular envelope, but we're going to actually have to shut it completely and close it up. So you can wet this and close it up, but I'm going to use a little bit more adhesive. I'm going to kind of follow here. There's going to be adhesive here, so I'm going to just put adhesive here instead of using wetting it. I'm just gonna, I really want to make sure, let's make sure there's no adhesive there. I want to make sure this is sealed up really well, because this is going to become the side, one of the sides of my, it's called a bagalope. A bag made out of an envelope. All right. So this will be the back side because it does have that seam on it, but it doesn't look too bad, does it? So then what we're going to do is we're going to use our scoring blade of our trimmer. You can also use the Simply Scored, but I figure today I'm going to show you how to do it just with your trimmer. I love this trimmer. It's such a great price point. If you're in the US, it's $25. Really nice trimmer to have. So you're going to line up this side right here with the printed part. We're not going to do anything on that side. We're not going to score on that side. We're going to line this up with the 3/4 of an inch mark right here. Shut this down, and we're going to score along that line. We're going to do the same thing for the bottom. Line up with the 3/4 inch mark and score it. And then finally one more at the 3/4 inch mark. Just line it up and score it. Okay. So now we've got score lines coming here, here, and here. And now we want to do, we need to score right here on these diagonals. So to do that, one of the ways you can do it is you can line up this end with the score groove right here, and you can find the 4 3/8 inch mark right here. I kind of like to do this with a ruler. So this is the bottom, this is the top, and this is the bottom. So you're going to measure up 4 3/8 inches from the bottom and put yourself a pencil mark on the side. Okay, so 4 3/8 up from the bottom, and then do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to line up that pencil mark with the opposite corner, the opposite bottom corner. Okay, just line that up. And you're going to bring in your scoring blade. I'm going to move this out of the way so we have room. So you can see. This is my score line right here. So I've lined the pencil mark and the corner right here. And I'm bringing this in to the part where it crosses over, the score lines cross over, and then I'm just going to bring this down and it's going to score the corner for you. And that will give you the perfect corner alignment so that it will score right in half. And then we'll do it for the other side. Pencil mark right there. Opposite bottom corner right here, right on the score or cutting groove. We're going to use our scoring blade, not our cutting blade though. And we're going to go. All right. So this is what it looks like at the bottom. Both of those corners are scored on the diagonal. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we need to erase those pencil lines so they're no longer visible. Let me follow along on my instructions so that it makes it easier. Oh, got one little step. This is important, otherwise your bagalope won't open. Now on this side, the pattern side, so the one opposite the bottom here, we're going to cut off just the top of the fold right here. See how tiny that is? We're just cutting off a little top because we need this to be able to open on this end, okay? Then we're going to fold along the score lines. Go in both directions because that's going to help the whole thing fold together. And at this point, we're just going to do the straight folds. We won't worry about these little diagonal folds yet. So then put your hand inside the bag and start puffing it out like a bag. So I'm going to just kind of pinch the bottom right here and right here. And then I'm just going to fold them going in the correct direction. Okay, so you can see how it's turned into a little bag. And then I'll fold these in down here at the bottom. And I'm just going to glue these. Put a little bit of Tombow on the little triangles. And I'll put those down. And if you have a block, it's good if you can just, or your bone folder, use it to press down on those triangles. And for now, I'm just going to drop a block in there so it kind of stays centered and down. It's going to settle in a bit and then it will finish off. Okay, so then to finish it off, I just want to create a little banner. Stay down. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to need one of the animals. And I've got a little piece of cardstock. This measures 3.5 by 1/2 inch. Bring in my banners Pick a Punch again. And I'll just slide this in and punch it on both ends. All right, and then we can stamp a little greeting on here. And I thought if these were party favor bags, we could use, my ink pads have gone missing. Here we go. We could use the greeting, let's celebrate. I think that is kind of a fun sort of greeting. And I'll just center that on here. And then we can just add a little bit of Tombow to here. And we'll just adhere this down here near the bottom, the bag. And then this little animal will be adhered with a couple of dimensionals. So I'll just add a few on here. 2 seems to do the trick pretty well. And then we can just add this on here like that. All right, I'm gonna fix you so you stick. There we go. All right. So here are the little bags with the 3 different animals, and now we've turned them into little party favor bags. Now for these ones, if you want to, you can pinch them shut, and if you want, you could staple them shut, or you could punch 2 holes and tie ribbon around the bag if you wanted the little bags to stay closed. So I just want to tell you what the measurements of the bag are, just in case you want to know. It's about 3 inches across by 5 inches tall, and then we're about 1.5 inches deep. Okay, so 3 by 5 by 1.5. And so they're a small little bag, but they're super cute. And now you've got some little party favor bags if you want to use them in that way. And you could use them, like I said before, if you don't want little animal party favor bags, you could put a daisy on here and stamp some leaves, and you could turn them into little flower favor bags as well. So those are the projects. So we've got, let me just kind of put these out a little bit and make some room for these cards. So a lot of different projects for you to try. I hope you like those. I just want to talk quickly about the supplies that I used to create these projects. So the note cards and envelopes, very inexpensive to make extra cards. I did use some regular basic white cardstock, and then you can choose to make flowers in whatever cardstock color you want. I've got Bumblebee, Rich Razzleberry, and Fresh Freesia. The ink pads, the full-size ink pads I used were Rich Razzleberry and Pear Pizzazz. Of course, you did get a Rich Razzleberry in your kit. I used the Gilded Gems with the Daisy Punch, and then I also used the Banners Pick-a-Punch, and I used the Bumblebee ribbon. I used 2 or 3 different sizes of not ink spots, clear blocks, and those are there. I used the C and the B block. I actually also used, I don't know where it went here. I did use this is a G block. I don't have that on there, but of course this could also fit on a C block going on the diagonal. And then I used the paper trimmer, which I love, and my adhesives were Tombow glue, dimensionals. There was a sheet that did come with your kit, so you could use those, and some Terran tape adhesive. All right, I'm going to come over to you and share with you all about our upcoming March kit. So the March kit is $23.50 plus tax, but shipping is included, so the tax really won't be too much. So this is what a sneak peek of the banner. The next kit is called Beyond the Horizon, and in the description it says this month's kit features breathtaking watercolor prints and designs inspired by the beauty of nature. So if you love nature, if you love watercolor, this kit will be for you. This kit will contain 9 cards and envelopes, 3 each of 3 designs, and it will include printed card bases, die cut pieces, embellishments, adhesives, and more. The Stampin' Spot color is Misty Moonlight, such a pretty color. And the stamp set has greetings that say thanks, hello, thinking of you, and more. You'll be able to use the stamp set year round. Plus, this month is an anniversary month for Paper Pumpkin, and it's going to come with a bonus stamp set. So for this kit, you're going to get 2 stamp sets. So don't forget to sign up by March 10th. And here, let me just say, this is the little banner that they gave us for it says includes an exclusive free stamp set. So I don't know if that's a sneak peek of the stamp set or not, but I just wanted to share that with you. So don't forget to sign up by March 10th. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can send them to me down in the comments, or I'll leave my contact form for you to contact me as well. I hope you have a great day. Bye for now.